Hello everyone. Today we're going to be looking at Google Forms, how to create them, and how to integrate them into your classroom. So if you're unsure of how to get to Google Forms, the way you can do that is by clicking on the waffle and then scrolling down until you see the purple icon that says Forms, or you can always type in the URL box forms.google.com. So before I click on Start a New Form, I just want to show you some of the templates that Google already has: an assessment, exit ticket, worksheet, or course evaluation. Forms are very handy because you can collect a lot of information, whether it be grades, opinions, surveys, etc. You can even use things like asking people what they want for lunch. So it can be great for votes and polls and things. A lot of ways that teachers are using this in the classroom is by making them exit tickets, warm-ups, or even assessments and quizzes. So to start a new form, you just click on blank. And once you're there, you're going to see a screen that looks kind of like this. I've already filled in a couple things just to get a head start. As you can see, my screen is pink. If you do not like that, you can choose the color palette up here and then change it to a different color. Maybe you want it to be blue. If you would like to have like a theme or a picture, you can click the image button down here. And Google has some pre-filled themes for us. So since I deal with kids, I just want to have a fun looking, kid-like template design. None of those are really what I want, so maybe I'll just try work in school. I have a lot of great themes to choose from. The pencils look good for me. And then this theme will just kind of give it an overall great professional look. So I'm going to create a math quiz. So here I typed in my title, and then there's also a subtitle. So this is my section 2.5 math quiz. My first question says, what is 2 times 5? Students will then select the correct answer. Now, when you start creating new questions, it'll give you this option here, like untitled question, and you'll just click there and begin typing. So my next question might say, what is 100 minus 40? Notice here my choices to change them to be multiple choice, paragraph, short answer, or check boxes, meaning that it could have more than one answer could be the correct answer. Then I also have options such as linear scale, multiple choice grid, date, or time. So in this case, I don't want to give them multiple choice. I want to give them short answer. So now they have a box they actually have to put the answer into. So while I'm here, I also want to show you this here. Notice that not all of them are required, but I do want to make my quiz required because I want to know my students' capabilities. Google Forms allows you to analyze all of your student results and anything that you send by downloading these answers into Google Sheets. And that's something I will talk about in another video called Google Classroom Grading and Forms Responses to Sheets. But I do want to let you know that if you do a form, it will automatically grade it for you and give you all that stuff. So it's really great and will be a great time saver for you. So while I'm here on this question, I can just keep going. I do have options available there in the 3 buttons like description and data validation. You can add another question. So now question 3, what is 27 plus 14? This time I will try paragraph because I also want them to explain your answer. This is a required question. I can go over here and add titles and descriptions into things, add an image into this question, a video to watch, or add another section in this particular question. So the really cool thing about like a video is that you can actually embed that video into your form and maybe students watch it and then respond about it. So that's a great thing and feature that Google Forms has. So let's just say today my section quiz is 3 questions, just an easy warm-up. I'm ready now to select the settings button. I can choose for it to go to anyone in Morgan County Schools or anyone. Depending on your audience will need to be what setting you choose. I do want them to collect the respondent's username because since all my students have Morgan County Schools usernames, I want to know who they are so I can check their work and their grades. They can only submit 1 response. I don't want them to try to get answers from somebody else. I'm not going to edit their response. They cannot go back and edit it. I do want them to shuffle the question order so that students sitting beside each other do not have the same questions at the same time, hopefully. So this is just a quick form. I do want to come up here and click in the title, so it'll change it to math quiz, and I'm going to put 2.5 out there. I can click the three dots again to make a copy or get the pre-filled link. I might choose to get the pre-filled link if I'm using Classroom, or I can just use to send it and then share it with students that way by using their emails and things. Once students have responded, you're going to see this under responses, the number of students that have. So I asked 3 of my friends to respond to my form for the purposes of this teaching. So now I can see that 100% of my students answered 2 plus 2 correctly. 100% answered 5 times 3. But only 2 of the 3 got the first president correctly, and that was intentional. I did ask my students to not make 100. What is the capital of Alabama? Again, 2 out of 3. And what is the 5th planet from the sun? And all of them got that correct. So now, that's my summary. I can click on individual and see each student's response. So this is my friend Miss Terry, and it doesn't show me which ones are wrong, but I can look and see which one she answered incorrectly. So my friend Miss Terry did answer all the questions correctly, but now I can go to student number 2. Student number 2 missed the first president as well as the capital. So apparently she was not paying attention. And finally, student number 3 also answered my questions correctly. So let's say that this form was more specific to your skill set or the skills that you're teaching. You would have automatic data right there on each student and what skill they're missing. There you can then download the responses to sheets, and that's where you'll get great information regarding each student and each question. As I mentioned before, the sheets information from Google Forms is found in the video entitled Google Classroom Grading and Forms Responses to Sheets. Once you click the 3 dots, you'll have some other options as well. Get email notifications for new responses, which might be helpful. Select response destination, unlink the form, or you can even download the responses or print them. So these are the things available to you once you create a form. It's super easy to do, takes no time at all, and it's very, very beneficial as a formative assessment, as well as other tools. I've used this personally as well as professionally, and it's a great way to get opinions, take surveys, do polls, as well as make assessments for students. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I hope that you'll be using forms in your classroom soon.